Hey, to all of my creative entrepreneurs on this wondrous Martin Luther King birthday holiday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If any of you creative entrepreneurs are trying to figure out the best way to source the apparel that you are using to print your designs on, and you've been trying to figure out the best solution and the best process, but you haven't gotten any clear answers, you've come to the right video. Today, I'm just going to keep it short because I want to share what I'm actually doing and what's working for me. Now, you may have to check to make sure in your city or state if the same rules apply, but I'm pretty sure as per one of the manufacturers that I'm going to be dealing with, I'm pretty sure it does. Okay, so the best way to do things if you're selling t-shirts and hoodies, if you're doing screen printing, and that's pretty much what I recommend that you do, screen printing, because direct to garment and direct to film doesn't have a really truly long shelf life. So you want to do screen printing. If you're not doing embroidery or some other premium stitching style. The reason why I say that is because it'll have a longer shelf life for the shirt. And that way, if it becomes a favorite t-shirt for your customer, it can grow with them, right? And you'll get rave reviews. So that's one tip. But what I want to talk about is the sourcing. Now, when I first did my first minimum order quantity, I purchased the blanks at a retail price, right? Which I wasn't. Excuse me for that alarm. Let me turn off. I'm going to keep the video going. I don't want to allow that mishap to stop it because this is really important information I'm sharing. So when I did the first minimum order quantity, I bought the items at retail. I did find a local manufacturer that does screen printing they were very well reviewed. They were definitely a trusted source here in the Baltimore City area. Well, actually, they were located just outside of Baltimore in the Owings Mills area. But anyway, it was still pretty local. It didn't take me too long to get there to pick up my first order. Anyway, I used Next Level, and I'm being fully transparent because I'm the type of person that I'm using unique trademarked imagery and slogans when I sell my apparel. So it's going to be protected anyway, using my unique imagination. So I don't feel I have any competition. So when I share the process and the systems that I use, it's because I want to see other people do well, because a lot of people that have figured a lot of these things out, they kind of act as gatekeepers. So that's why I'm sharing this. Anyway, the blanks that I'm using now for the particular trademark slogan that I'm printing, I'm using Next Level blanks, right? What I didn't realize that the company that was printing the garments for me was simply buying the garments wholesale and marking them up and plus charging for the print. And I get it. That's how they earn their money. It's not a problem. It's the convenience. They have the inventory right there. The turnaround time is very short because they are sourcing the inventory in bulk, right? And they have various options that they invest in, which I think is very wise. But what I didn't realize, because I actually am a registered business owner and I have a business registration number, and I also have a sales and use tax license for the state of Maryland, I didn't realize that because I had those two things, and as well as my business domain. In other words, my domain name has a professional business email that uses my domain name, right? And I purchased that through Google Workspace. And a lot of times, some companies won't even accept you to sign up for their wholesale program if you don't have a professional email. Just like Trustpilot. Trustpilot will not allow you to create an account if you don't have a professional domain. Anyway, so that's just a tip I'm giving you. So, an example, if you're not sure what a professional email is, business email, let's say your company is socks.com. So your professional email handle could be info@socks.com. So that's an example. Okay, getting back to it. So I had the business registration, the professional business email, the business registration number, I apologize, and I had the sales and use tax license. What that allows me to do is to create a wholesale account through this manufacturing platform, and I can get the same products that I was buying at retail to have printed at minimum order quantity for the screen print of my design. I now can buy them in bulk for wholesale for a lot less, and which is going to increase my profit margin, right? And because I'm charging premium prices anyway, because I'm using a quality blank, now I'm far more profitable, right? And I wanted to let you know that this is what's required for you to do that. You just simply have to have those two proofs of business. Now, what a sales and use tax license will do for you, what it will do for you is, first, let me make sure that I'm even saying that right, guys. Hold on. I don't want to give you bad information. Let me see. Yes, guys, it's the sales and use tax license. Okay. And it's an 8-digit number, a CRN, that they use to verify that. It allows you to not pay a specific tax when you're buying wholesale, and it allows you to charge a specific tax as a seller in your state. So there's perks at having this sales and use tax license. Now, when you're doing pop-ups in your city, I don't know how each state works, but in Baltimore, we had to have a vendor's license in order to do pop-ups. And you can even get like a downtown vendor's license, outside of downtown vendor's license, or you can get the foot peddler's license. So you would need both the business registration number and the sales and use tax license to do that as well. So if you're thinking about doing pop-ups and things, just do the research for what the requirements are for your particular city and state. So I'm just using my city and state, Baltimore, Maryland, as an example. But anyway, I have a bonus tip. Once you figure out what the marketplace demands in terms of the sizes of your apparel, once you figure that out, because I always suggest this, guys, you want to use a demand and supply system. You want to do pre-order. Now, of course, you do want to buy inventory to physically already have it on hand. And what you do is you buy the sizes that are in high demand. So, medium and large are in high demand in terms of unisex sizing, right? And then you got to remember the type of silhouette. You may have an oversized, right? And you may have something that is more tapered. So you have to know exactly what the silhouettes are as well. But figure out what the in-demand sizes are. And you can get some physical items and things like that to start off, because a lot of times you need proof of concept so people can know that you are trustworthy and things of that nature, so you can begin to do your pre-order system. But the reason why the pre-order system is wise when you're just starting out selling your apparel online and locally, and I suggest that you do that. If you're selling it online, nationally or internationally, you need to start off locally as well to get your first initial reviews and the relationships and the pictures with people wearing your product, because that will help with the social proof, right? So you want to create that system. So basically, as I said, you want to do the pre-order because you want to demand and supply. Customers create the demand, and then you supply that demand. And then that way you can create your spreadsheets over that year that you just start, and you can actually see what you can invest into the inventory, because you're letting the marketplace tell you. But even with the samples that you get in your city, you still should really take in the samples of your online sales as well, and what that trend is telling you in terms of the sizes that are most popular and most requested. That's the power of pre-order. It helps to inform you what your inventory investment should be, what it should look like. And like I said, you need to really gather that data for at least a year of consistent sales, right? So you can be well informed and making wise decisions. And like I said, you're testing things out. I was blessed to find a garment that I like. I like 100% combed ring spun cotton. It has a really great feel and a really great weight to it. So that's why I'm using Next Level. But I'm going to now give you the bonus tip. You can bypass even a wholesale partnership where you're saving a lot on your sourcing, right? Which will increase the your bottom line, right? Your profit margin. There's a website called Import Yeti, right? Import Yeti, right? Yeti as in abominable snowman, right? Or snow monster or Sasquatch, or a Yeti, right? ImportYeti.com. Now, what you would do is you would take the official business name of, say, like Next Level Apparel. Take their official business name, put it in the search bar, and what it'll do is it'll pull up their information, like how many shipments they're shipping out, and it'll actually give you a list of their actual suppliers overseas. That's the information that you want. Now, you can even do this. You can put a company like Supreme in, Nike, New Balance, right? You can put in Essentials, right? The one that has the Fear of God line. Put their original business name, that whatever the LLC is or whatever that is, in that search bar, and it'll give you all of the information in terms of the product that they're shipping. It'll actually also, the most important thing, give you a list of their actual suppliers. So you can bypass any middleman, wholesale, third party, and go directly to the source. And you can actually buy in bulk, minimum order quantity, increasing your profit margin even more. So I hope this video was useful to you guys. I really wanted to help other people that are taking this journey with me in e-commerce. And this goes for anything, guys, in terms of sourcing. You can use Import Yeti for anybody that's sourcing their product overseas. You can find a lot of companies that are doing it, and you can use Import Yeti to do that. So it's no that you can research. So anybody that's looking to get into e-commerce and you wanted some really great tips, especially apparel, I hope this video is useful to you. And here's the best advice I can give you. Go out there and take action, because the only way you can learn is by actually doing the thing. And that's the only reason why I actually learned all of this stuff, because I got started, guys, and I made my first sales, and I'm so excited. It feels so good getting the first sales to your Shopify store, guys, and getting your first reviews online through your Google business profile, through Trustpilot, and through Judge Me. Now, the Judge Me reviews that you add to your Shopify page, those are the reviews that once you get a minimum of 3 per item and an aggregate count of 50 reviews, you can push them into your Google Merchant Center. So I'm just giving you that tip. You need Judge Me, the app, to do that. There may be other apps that Google Merchant Center recognizes as well, but I'm using Judge Me. But I'm letting you know, in terms of the Google profile, the only way you can get the Google profile and get those reviews was that you can add that widget to your Shopify, where the pictures, the review testimonials, and the stars show up on the footer of your Shopify page. You have to sell them locally. People have to be able to physically be able to purchase them from you locally. And that is the benefit, because grassroots is how you're going to get started with the first social proof, right? That's going to allow people nationally and internationally to trust you, to know your real business. So I just gave you my review trifecta, right? Secret, right? Trustpilot, Judge Me, and Google Business Profile. Now, I told you about the widgets. Judge Me has their widget for your Shopify. Trustpilot has widgets. And Google Business Profile has a widget as well that you can embed into your store and have the reviews show up on your store. And of course, Judge Me is an official Shopify app. So those reviews shows up on the product page and all of that stuff as well. So it's a blessing, guys, that we have all of these resources. And again, I hope this video was useful to you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Until next time.